All right, so I thought I would send or put out this little video because we've been doing some tutorial stuff, training stuff, and here's two little, I want to say, tips or tricks that I found while I've been perusing this month through the new system. And I'm actually doing it on an older iPhone because I want you guys to be aware that this doesn't just work on brand new iPhones. This is an iPhone 8, as you can tell by the home button that we still have. Now, for one of these tips, and the first tip we're going to talk about, you do need to download Google. Not just Google's website, but actually go to the App Store and download it. So if you go to the little App Store here, you will see I've searched for Google at the top, and there it is. I've downloaded it already, but you guys will have to download it if you don't have it. And all we're going to do is open it. So here we go. All right, so here it is right here. This is the Google, and it looks very similar to if you and I were to go to just the Google website. But if we take this, and I'm just going to bring it up in my hand, there's a little microphone, so you can search by a voice if you want. That's kind of nice. But there's this other one right beside it. It looks like a little square with a dot in it. If we tap that, now this is going to ask for some permissioned access to your camera. Please do that. And I'm going to take something just like this, okay? Now this is something that's got a fair bit of text on it, and let's say I want to email that or be able to grab this information and put it into a document. Well, if I take a photo of it, it's a photo, which means you can't edit it, you can't do anything with it, it's just a picture. So I'm gonna put this here on the table, you guys can see it, and we're gonna take this and just kind of bring this up a little higher, like here, and you'll actually see at the bottom there's a search, shopping, and text. So I'm gonna tap on text. And then all we're going to do is you'll see it starts to highlight. And I'm going to say, take a picture. And it says, what do you want to do? So it can read it, but I'm going to say select it all. So it selects all this text, right? Now I can move this. I don't need this anymore. So we'll bring this back here. So it's got it highlighted. So you can search for it, you can listen to it, but you can copy it, which is cool. So you can actually copy that text. So we hit copy. Now the other thing is before you actually grab this, if you want, you'll see there's the little handles just like normally when you're selecting certain areas. So if you didn't want all of it, you could just select the area that you wanted. But we're gonna make sure that's copied. And you could now go into a program, let's say Notes, add a new note, and simply just paste. And there it all is. All of that. So anywhere that there's text, make sure it's not just like handwritten text because it may have problems with that. But anywhere that's text, that's an image, you and I can just put that up there with that Google app and actually convert it into text so that we can have it. Again, the bonus is editable. And secondly is, if we're using this to save information, text is way smaller in storage than a photo is. So it takes up less space on here, or if you have to email it or do whatever. That's number one. That's pretty cool. I actually just learned that just recently. The other one here, which is kind of neat, and I think it's a part of iOS 14. So just realize that you want to make sure that you're updated. So many of us have never really gone into the settings of our phones, and I do encourage you to just kind of browse, whatever, around a little bit. But there's an area in your phone called accessibility. A lot of us, if we don't have accessibility needs, we may feel that we shouldn't go in there. But that's not the case. So there's a lot of features on the iPhone that require either multiple button touches or require being able to move from a certain part of the screen, and they can be a little more difficult for certain people, or you just want it to be easier, and that's completely good because I like that too. So what we're gonna do in here, and this is a really neat thing to allow the back of your phone, which there is nothing, the back of your phone to almost become a customizable button. Weird, right? So we click on the settings, wherever your settings are, and we're gonna go to accessibility. And inside accessibility, when you scroll down, there's an area here now called touch. Now, I don't know how long this has been here, but I just stumbled on it this month. And we're gonna click on touch, and you'll see right at the very bottom, there's something that says back tap. What? Back tap. So it's off by default. So you can actually set it for a double tap or a triple tap. You can set different ones for different things. You guys can play around with this as much as you want. I'm gonna click on the double tap, for instance, and let's say I would like this to be a screenshot. Cool, right? So now I can hold my phone. And normally, you have to hold a bunch of buttons to get screenshots to work. I just, right kind of in the center of the back of the phone, tap, tap, screenshot, done, right? Just once that goes away, tap, tap, screenshot. Yeah, that's all right. Now you could also use, there's a bunch of them in here that you can play around with depending on what you want as that bit of functionality. The other one I like is actually reachability. And reachability is one of those ones, especially for the big phones, because it can be really hard to reach the top of the phone. So you're holding it with one hand and you're like, eh, and this is where people like drop their phones. So now I've set it for that. So when I want to go back up, let's say to this button up top, which I can't reach, all I do is hold this and go tap, tap, and the screen drops down. So now I can tap on it. Back. Cool. Tap, tap. Yeah, that's all right. All right, guys, that's 2 cool ones that I've found this month. So this is January 2021. If I find some more, I'll definitely put them up for you guys. But we'll be back to doing some more tutorials coming up right away. All right, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little bell down there, and we'll see you guys next video. Later, my friends.